Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. So did you know that we play games in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social? Last Thursday we played Taboo. This Thursday we'll do Coffee and a Mystery Card. If you haven't checked out the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social on Facebook yet, check it out. Last week's Taboo was make a treat box. So that was the assignment. The Taboo was the color green, hearts, and tags. So you couldn't use the color green, you couldn't use hearts, and you could not use tags in your design. It had to be a treat holder. And you had to show what was in the treat holder. So we inspire each other this way. So these are my Benton school friendly mini alphabet cookies. I get these at Aldi. And this is the treat holder that I made for Taboo. So let's get started, should we? All right, I've got my cinnamon cider cardstock here. This is 10.5 by 5.5. Let's score it to make our pouch. Got my Simply Scored tool here, and we're gonna score at 3 1/8 on the 10.5-inch side. Then rotate and score at 1/2 inch. This pouch holds the little individual packets of goldfish crackers too. We did a pouch for those using the Whale of a Time suite. So we're gonna work our score lines with a bone folder, and then this is a super simple pocket. Really useful though. All right, we're going to cut out the excess. We're going to make a bevel cut to the center small tab here, and then cut out, just cut the score line right off on the right and left smaller panels. See? So we're just going to remove, and then the same thing here. We'll remove this side too. Now we'll put the tear and tape adhesive so that it goes down this shorter panel. I've got it on my left hand side here. We're going to put a strip of tear and tape down that edge. And then we're going to add a strip of tear and tape along the 1/2 inch bottom panel. To assemble the pouch, we're going to remove the adhesive backing and fold in the larger panel, the shorter panel, burnish, and then fold up the bottom panel and also burnish. You can use your bone folder here. Makes almost, looks like an envelope on the back of the treat pouch, which is really cute. Now let's stamp the front of the treat pouch. I thought the alphabet cookies were really perfect for the pattern play bundle. So this is new in the annual catalog, the 2020-2021 Stampin' Up annual catalog. You can get the playful alphabet, that's how we got our hello, and the pattern play stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and you can bundle these together and save 10%. We're gonna use the pattern play stamp set, and I've already set up my Stamparatus here. So I've got a background from the pattern play. It's a little strip of lines. In my Stamparatus, I have my photopolymer foam mat and some grid paper. We're gonna take our pouch and we're gonna line it up so that it's on the 2-inch line, and we can add our magnet. Make sure you've got the open top. I've already lined up the photopolymer stamp. If I didn't have it all set up already, what I'd do is lay the stamp on the treat nice and straight, pick it up with the plate. We've got our pattern play stamp set here. That's just going to support our plate while we ink. Let's ink up our image. I'm going to stamp, make a nice impression, lift. I like that impression. Now we're going to lift out the plate and go down 2 hinges. Ink up again. Now we're gonna have a perfectly straight repeating pattern across the top of our pouch. That's just so cute. It's gonna look great on every card. Need a little something? Add a little line of these pattern across the bottom or top or both of your card. Okay, so we've inked up again. Now let's lift 2 hinges and stamp. Look at that continuous perfect pattern. Back up to the top, fully open, and then rotate your pouch. Now you're gonna put the bottom edge of your pouch on that 2-inch line. Your grid paper, make sure everything's square in the corners. Magnet, ink, stamp. Hinge step down 2 and repeat. Love this stamp set, and I love that it works so easily with the Stamparatus. Isn't that great? So we've got our trim on our pouch. Now let's get some Designer Series paper. I have some Bumblebee Designer Series paper. This is from the In Color 6x6 Designer Series paper pack, and it's 4 inches by 5 inches. We're gonna add, oh, the text would be perfect with the alphabet cookies, don't you think? I'll have to make another one and use the text side. We're gonna add our Designer Series paper right centered between our awesome stitched pattern. And we'll set that aside for a minute to dry. Let's work on our hello panel. All right, so I've got a piece of copy paper here. It's a scrap, and all I did was make sure that it was big enough for my Stitch So Sweetly die. So we're using the Stitch So Sweetly rectangle die here. And so for this project, we're going to use the largest scallop stitched from the Stitch So Sweetly die sets. This is 4 1/8 by 2 15/16. So the paper is probably about 4 1/2 by 3. It's just a scrap. This is copy paper. And we're going to take this copy paper and the new Stampin' Up adhesive sheets. I love the adhesive sheets and the foam adhesive sheets. They're wonderful. So this adhesive sheet has got a smooth backer on one side and a scored backer on the other side. We're going to lift from the smooth side here and put our copy paper right on top of the scored side. So we're making a sticky surface on this copy paper. Burnish that down, and then you can just take your paper snips and cut away. Now what this does is that leaves as much intact adhesive as possible. This will remove right away the backer that was on the copy paper side. Now we're gonna go ahead and using those scores, we're gonna peel away and expose the adhesive. So now we've got a piece of copy paper that's very sticky. Now I just removed one of the sections at a time. Got some scraps already cut here. So this is cinnamon cider and balmy blue, early espresso, pumpkin pie, and bumblebee. This is a great way to use up scraps. And we're gonna start on one edge of our sticky paper here, and we're going to add the cardstock strip along the edge. So I got early espresso, and we're just gonna be kind of random. We want some wider pieces and some more narrow pieces. Let's grab something narrow to go next to there. And we're not really alternating colors even, we're just getting a random colorful pattern here. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere these strips. When you get to the paper, then you can peel up the next segment This will keep your adhesive more manageable, and then you can repeat. All right, I'll finish that up, and then we're gonna die cut it with that Stitched So Sweetly die. So we got our stripes all done and ready to die cut. Let's get our alphabets ready to die cut here. I've got some Whisper White, and this one is the new Stampin' Up! Foam adhesive sheets. These are the same kind of concept. They're that two-sided adhesive. We're going to put our Whisper White cardstock on the adhesive, cut away the excess, and then we can go ahead and die cut this Whisper White cardstock with the foam adhesive on and get some great dimensional letters using our Playful Alphabet dies. So let's grab the O from the Playful Alphabet. Love this alphabet. You've got 2 of most vowels and consonants. There's tons of letters here, so it goes really quick for die cutting. Like for hello, there's 2 L's, and you can just die cut the whole word in one pass, which is really awesome. I already did the first 4 letters ahead of time for the video, but let's go ahead and cut our O. So for this foam adhesive, you want your cardstock up, die right on top, and then we're gonna cut out, and we'll die cut like normal. Just go right through the machine. Remove the die, and look at that. We've got our die cut letter all set and ready to go. Now these pieces right here, I hold on to these. I've got a little Ziploc bag, and I hold on to all these little cutouts because I can cut something else out of them, or I can use them just like dimensionals by adding multi-purpose liquid glue to the cardstock side. All right, there's our letter, and then there's the rest of our hello, all die cut already. And here's our scraps, all done. What we're gonna do real quickly, just to help us in die cutting, we're gonna trim off the excess. That way we know we didn't die cut off the side. And then line up our stitched scallop from Stitch So Sweetly. We want to really make sure that those stay because we've got strong vertical stripes. We want to make sure that this stays in place where we choose it. So I'm going to add a little washi tape and give it a crank. And there is our awesome stripe paper. Isn't that fantastic? What a fun way to use up scraps, right? We've already ahead of the video die cut from Early Espresso, this fun label. This is from the Tasteful Labels. It's that second largest stitched label. We're gonna go ahead and adhere our brand new stripe paper. Doesn't that just lift everything up? It gives you that awesome multicolor pattern paper look. We're gonna just center that guy right on there. And then this dude gets put on with some dimensionals. So let's go ahead and add our hello word, because then we can use what's left from the letters to bump up our label. There's our hello word, and all of this is perfectly good adhesive. This is why I saved this stuff, because you can go ahead and cut it up into pieces. You'll peel the release side and adhere to your project. Then you'll use a little multi-purpose liquid glue and adhere that to the project. There is our dimensional letters and dimensional label, all from one piece of adhesive sheet. Let's time to embellish. Let's grab our bumblebee gingham ribbon. I love the stripes, the wood grain, and then the gingham patterns all together. They just play off of each other so nicely. We're gonna tie a little bow right from the spool. When you tie from the spool, there's less waste. So I always tie my ribbon right off the spool when possible. I'll clean up the rough end and then cut away from the spool. And you see, this is all we're throwing away. So really good idea to cut off the spool when you can. We'll adhere to our tag. Let's adhere the bow to the label with a mini glue dot. Love these metallic pearls. We're gonna put some of those on to add a little bling. Gives a nice fall, a nice autumn look. Coordinates so nicely with the designer series stripe paper that we made. I'm gonna put 3 kind of going up from the hello word off of the label, and we'll do 3 going down from the hello word. 1 on the label, 2 off is what I got going on here. Looks pretty good. I try not to overthink it with the placement of the bling. Here's our little alphabet cookies. Perfect for our pattern play bundle. Pop those guys in there. It's a great back to school treat. If you're going back to school, we're going back virtual to start with. But what a great autumn treat. Alphabet cookies. So much fun for the teachers and the kids. Simple little pouch. If you got any questions about the project or Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social and the games that we play there every Thursday, reach out, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com, and to shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.